Well, hi guys and girls, Emma again, welcome back to Spare Room. This is the last bit, I hope, of building these little tap benches. This is the last bit of video you're going to see anyway. This is just a quick little jig or forming die to make the next parts. I'll take it out of the chuck and we might have a bit of a look at it over here on the bench. So I was looking around for a way to make cases or boxes for these and to do it on a budget and pretty quickly. I found some 19mm 3/4 copper tube and some sweat on end caps, which are pretty good, and quickly I made up some little nameplates which look pretty good, I think, and I might sweat these on here and polish them and sweat the end on, make one end loose and see how they come up. That might be a good idea. But we need to bend these round to match that, so this is where this comes in. Hopefully we've selected something that is about the right size. It looks like it probably is. We've got a bit of 3/4 bar. Fingers crossed, if I squash that in there, that being oval won't have to be as straight as we thought it might. Now, these have been cleaned up and they've got a little bit of baker's soldering fluid on them. Nice bushy soft flame. It's a bit of an awkward thing because if you bump the flame, but you don't have to get them particularly hot. And you don't need very much solder. A little bit goes a long way. They're easy to knock over. If it's not quite hot enough and the solder sticks. There we go, it should just run around there just beautiful. Just like that. Too much and it just all runs inside out of sight. But you want a nice shiny silver line around there. Like that. Most of this will polish off again if you with a file and a bit of handwork. I really don't want to do that, and that's probably a fraction hot for that one. So there we go. That's just plumber solder. It's lead free. It's alright. Pair of pliers and drop them in the pickle bath when they cool down a bit. And next job is to put a bit of a bend in the plates and just sweat them on too. So I've just formed these up on a piece of bar. It's pretty simple using this former. That's what we got. You can get them pretty close like that, and then it's just a very simple matter of, because they're soft, it's just a very simple matter of doing that to get them right round. I picked an oval shape because it's a crap load easier to get them straight and to get the bend. See this nice hammer? Product placement there for Phil, for Phil's projects. Go and check out his channel. I'm Pierre, Pierre's Garage. Go and check them out. They're awesome guys. They do have some fun and make things. So there you go. I might give that another tap. Won't need much, and I'm just using the soft side of the hammer, the plastic side. 2, 3 of them. And the other one was a prototype, so it's already made up. So we'll have a look at it in a minute. But I've just given these a polish up in the lathe, pretty quick. Bit of wet and dry, 800 or something. So they're ready to go. Put some of this stuff away. And I'll get the brazing hearth out again. And the next job will be just to run some solder on these and tin them up. So that's pretty straightforward. There you go, nice soft flame and plenty of solder sticking out so you don't burn your fingers, so that it flows. I'm going to cool them off straight in the acid bath. Pair of pliers. I got these from Keith Fenner. Someone donated these to the What's in Your Box giveaway. They're not something I've ever used before, and they're not really something that I anticipated using, to be honest, because they're an old-fashioned sort of a tool, and they're kind of a bit... they're a bit awkward. And I think there's modern tools that are better, but there's something I use all the time, probably more than nearly anything. If I want a pair of pliers, these are the go-tos, and if you're doing this sort of work or boiler work or stuff that needs to be picked up or hot work, they're awesome. I might get a bigger set too, but they're really a good thing. So it's someone whoever sent these in knew what they were doing, so thank you for that, if you're watching this. So there we go, we've got 3 tin plates. They look a bit sort of ordinary, but they'll clean up alright. Absolutely. Get rid of all this extra solder so it doesn't stick to anything. This is the bottom, the soldered one, so we make sure we get them the right way up. That one goes on there, and this one will go on here, and this one will go on here. I'm just going to line these up and get them somewhere near the same all the way along. It probably isn't all that critical, but just with the one I've finished. And next job is to just warm these up a bit. Just until the solder sets down. We don't want solder everywhere, so not too much flux. But at least working with soft solder, most of it will come off and you'll never ever know. I don't think they'll ever fall off. So turn the gas off, unscrew the regulators on these because they do leak, and we're going to let them cool off so they don't move. Anyway, finishing this up, these are the boxes I've got. They're all fairly nice. they've got just a push-on cap, and they're nice and clean inside. I don't know if you can see that down in there real well, but they're nice and clean. They've got a plate on them that's been soldered on. It's just a push-on cap. It says spare room machine shop. What's in your box? Tap handle. Really pleased with them. So the secret will be to get them halfway across the world and back, maybe, without going rusty. Now, I've gone and bought some lanolin ointment, which is made from the oil of sheep's wool. It's pretty good stuff, and I've coated these pretty liberally, so they are a bit messy. It's good for your hands. And just got a little bit of microfiber cloth, and hopefully that'll do the job. Drop them in there and push the end on. One ready to go, and the next one, and so on. I'll drop them in a box and send them straight through to Keith Express Mail, so hopefully they're there by the 10th. It's cutting it a bit fine, but it shouldn't really be an issue. And I just want to say thanks for watching, and thanks to all my new subscribers. We'll have new projects starting this week. I've got a few things to do, to be honest. Little projects for people I know. Catch up. Hey mate style stuff. I've got some of that I might film. It's all fairly fiddly stuff. So whether that actually happens, I'm not sure. But then we're on to some new things, and to get back onto my boiler, of course. So thanks for watching. Be kind to each other. Don't forget to like and subscribe, all that sort of stuff. Leave a comment, and more soon.